Hello. In terms of gameplay, Pokemon Go can be described in very short order. You use a GPS to find Pokemon, the hot cold system. You then catch Pokemon using Pokeballs. You can put a little English on the throw of the ball, and you got to get the timing correct, which is nice. It's a nice little mini game. Then you fight over gyms, and that's a cool game. You tap to attack, you swipe to dodge, you hold down the button to special, your friends can help you out, and that's it. We have described wash, rinse, and repeat. We have described in the entirety, the totality of the gameplay that Pokemon Go basically has to offer. And yet, it is an incredible game and I want to play it. Let me explain myself. Basically, if no one else on the planet was playing Pokemon Go, it wouldn't be worth playing, right? It's a social game, but because there are so many people playing it that you can go to just about any street corner and go to Pokemon stops and fight over Pokemon gyms and work together to find Pokemon and stuff. All the social aspects of it, using lures together, all that stuff, makes the game incredible and incredibly interesting. The very idea that this, and the augmented reality idea that you're going to places and the game lines up with places in the real world. The augmented reality idea and the social aspect of the game, it turns a mediocre game into something incredible, and it shows the potential of the augmented reality idea. I think augmented reality is going to catch on in a very big way. I can see it now. I think the Pokemon name has had something to do with this, obviously. You can't underestimate that, but the time for augmented reality has come, and also with the Vive, the virtual reality has been interactive gear has been made a comeback. I would love to see a crossover between augmented reality and the virtual reality equipment. That would create the future is going to create some mind-blowing games, and I cannot wait for it. The social aspects, we're going to be working together to fight off like aliens in the real world. And other people are going to be looking at you like you're crazy, because there's already weird and crazy encounters happening, like, this restaurant is property of Team Valor. Don't worry, you're safe. You're safe from all the Pokemon. Don't worry, Team Valor. No, it's for Team Instinct. We're gonna fight you now. Beep 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 beep. No, do not defeat my gym. We defeated it. Well, then I'll have to fight it back. Call the Pokemon Masters. Or is it restaurants or churches or the bank? Don't worry, people. The church is now. Actually, yeah, I heard a story about a religious person, that the religious people are actually worried about Pokemon just because of the prevalence of it, like talking about how it can be seen as they can be seen as spirits or something, or I don't know. There was a weird news story about that was kind of funny, but because the game is making churches points in the game for Pokemon players to go to, it is creating all these interesting conflicts about private property, going to churches, going to, Area 51, this military base has this Pokemon that I just gotta get. It is a secret military Pokemon, and it's gotta have the best stats. Area 51 has an alien Pokemon. What were you doing trespassing on our base? What were you doing in the shooting range? I was getting the shooting range Pokemon. It was incredible. To survive in the environment of a shooting range, it had the greatest of stats, and I had to get it. I had to get it all. Do not go into military bases or private property without getting the owner's permission. Generally, that's not a good idea. I would not recommend that. But it's creating all these interesting things are happening. And as a person who loves video games, I love to see this happen. Even though as a non-iPhone user, I do not own an iPhone, I cannot take part in all the fun, but I still get to watch and be entertained. And if the game is good or becomes better, there's the great thing about more interest being in a game is that it'll develop more quickly. I will definitely join in, and I will join into a game that is more well fleshed out and with less bugs than you dealt with, people who are playing the game early on. So, haha, I get to feel good about that. Okay, anyways, so moving right along, we're at the 5-minute mark of the vlog, and I want to make this a 10-minute affair at least. or at most, YouTube drama. Talking about Pokemon Go makes me happy. Talking about YouTube drama makes me feel kind of down, because generally I don't feel good when I watch YouTube drama, and the people who deliver YouTube drama are generally not great people. They're people who enjoy other people's misery, oftentimes. Not all of them, but more often than not, I find the people who are running these YouTube drama channels and pointing a spotlight on other people's misery, much like the show TMZ. They're like TMZ of the internet. Most of these drama channels are described as. They like to poke fun at people's misery and put a spotlight on other people's misery and generally enhance other people's misery. They like to get into the stories themselves and stoke the fire and make things worse. So when your life goes wrong as a YouTuber, they're there to make it worse and to stoke the flames. And I don't think a YouTuber, or I don't think a person who claims they're reporting things as news should get involved in that news and create more of that news. If you're getting involved and creating the news, then you're certainly not unbiased. And I don't think you're as respectable as someone who just reports about drama but keeps themselves out of it. So I'm not naming any particular names, but you'll know these people by their actions. And generally that's the sort of thing I don't like. I think the answer, if you don't like YouTube drama and it makes you feel bad, I think the answer, and you still want to watch it because it's interesting. I did learn about a lot of people that I didn't know about. I learned about the existence of famous YouTubers, I have to say. By watching the YouTube drama that I did watch, there are people that I know about that I didn't know about before. But otherwise, none of it made me happy. And I like happy stuff. Like the Pokemon Go stuff made me happy because these guys are pursuing their passion. They're going places they don't belong. People are getting into fights about locations that for reasons that mean nothing at the end of the day, but means something. It means something to these people. I own this for Team, Instinct, or Team Mystic. That's the other team. Team Mystic owns this place. No, it is Team Instinct. No, it's Team Valor. We will fight until the owners kick us out for our unruly behavior. And if the fights go into the real world, see, I'm going back to Pokemon Go because it's a better topic, but the point is, the solution is to watch the people that stay out of the drama as far as YouTube drama is concerned. The YouTube drama, I don't like it. I generally don't like the people involved, but if you can report on it without getting into it, that would be better. Basically, to summarize, yeah, I mean, I kind of feel bad about shining a spotlight on people's personal problems as it is, but sometimes news is news. Like when it gets out there, when it becomes newsworthy, when it's big enough. The question is, what is like rumors? What is scuttlebutt? What is not? That's the other part of it. That's the other part. Credibility. Sometimes these people act on just hearsay, rumors, tweets, unfounded evidence. You've got to get credible sources. There's a lack of credible reporting, and there's getting involved in the stories themselves. So those are the two main points in which most of these YouTube drama people fail to act like proper people in the journalism industry that we have, known to love. We've known to get our news from in the traditional way. I don't know. Maybe YouTube prefers to get its news in a more inflammatory way from more volatile personalities. If that's what you want, if that's the future, I'm one that cannot fight the way of the future. I just think that there is a more respectable way that will make us at the end of the day feel better. So these people are making a lot of subscribers, a lot of money. They're getting a lot of views. And I think it's unfortunate when good things happen to bad people, and some of these people are not the best people. So they are having their day, but their day will end. And there will become a new source of news that will be better. And it will outcompete them. I believe this to be true. But until that day comes, they will serve as the source of YouTuber news. And I find that unfortunate. So, anyways, thanks for watching my vlog. I'll see you next time. Good night.